Okay, so we observed that basically there are 3 points. First it is micrococcus, second it is called as staphylococcus, and third it is called as a streptococcus. So among that, first that micrococcus. So basically coccus means they are having a specific shape, that is spherical shape. So might be they are in a chain form, they are in a diploid form, or might be they are having a different types of arrangement. So if we are going to consider regarding to your gram positive micrococcus, so they are basically, if we are identifying the properties, in that first we observe that they are aerobic in nature. They are aerobic in nature. So aerobic in nature, they are gram positive, and catalase as a positive. Catalase as a positive means, if we are considering they are gram positive, means it is having specific charge. So on the basis of charge they get show their different types of properties. So micrococcus, they are having property, first they are aerobic, they are gram positive, and if they are gram positive then shows as a catalase as a positive. Then cell arrangement mainly in a pair, trade or irregular cluster, and they are non-motile. So again they are having properties in that, first it is cell arrangement mainly in pair. Okay, in a right hand side, in a red color or pink color, we can easily observe they are in a paired form. If we are observing that trades, okay, trade and irregular cluster in a left hand side in a yellow color, we can easily observe that different types of shape, and they are non-motile. Okay, if we required a movement, then we required a flagellum or filamentous part. So these micrococcus, they doesn't have this type of part, so they are quite or they are termed as a non-motile, and they are often yellow, orange, or in a red color. So these are the specification of your gram positive bacteria. They are having a color specification. They are observed in a yellow, orange, and red in a color. Okay, now the next point, it is your next it is your staphylococcus. Okay, so in a diagram we can easily observe pink color, green color, and their cluster form. So as their property, first it is they are facultative anaerobic. Okay, first we observe that the micrococcus, they are aerobic, and immediately the staphylococci, they are anaerobic. Now they are gram positive. Usually they form irregular cluster. Okay, in both the images we observe that they are totally irregular in a cluster or irregular in a shape, and again they are non-motile and catalase as a positive. If they are gram positive, so termed as a catalase positive, and it is non-motile. But very important point, they get oxidized negative. If they get oxidized, they become a negative. So that is also a very important point as consideration of your staphylococci. If we are going to oxidize that bacteria, or it get oxidized, then it may create different types of problems. So simultaneously ferment glucose anaerobically. See, they will ferment the glucose. If they get the glucose, so anaerobically means if they doesn't having the oxygen, still they get ferment your glucose. So these are the basic property of your staphylococci. Now the next, it is your streptococci. Okay, so if you are observed that streptococci, again they are having few properties as like that of your first micrococcus and staphylococcus. They are facultatively anaerobic and microaerophonic. Okay, so they are anaerobic and microaerophonic, and again now they are catalase as a negative, but they are gram positive. Okay, now these are the each and every point, they are having distinguishing parts. Okay, if we are considering specify, if we are considering the specify regarding to your streptococcus and staphylococcus, if we want to, if we want to distinguish between streptococcus and staphylococcus, so first point of distinguishing it is aerobic and anaerobic. Okay, so streptococcus, they are anaerobic as well as micro aerophonic, but staphylococci, they are only anaerobic. And if we are considering the second point differentiation, streptococci, they are gram positive but catalase as a negative, and staphylococci, they are catalase positive as well as gram positive. Okay, so these are two different basic differentiating point between streptococcus and staphylococcus. Again, let we see, we find a few differentiating point. Then cell arranges in a pair or chain, usually non-motile. See, now again we find one differentiating point. If we are considering the staphylococci, they are totally irregular in a structure, but your streptococci, they are having a pair or chain structure. Means streptococci, they are having specific shape and size, but your staphylococci, they does not having any specific structure. But non-motility, they are having a similar point among those two points. Now a few species are aerobic rather than your facultative. Now this is not a differentiating point between your streptococci and staphylococcus. Okay, so these are three different points observed in your gram positive bacteria. First it is your micrococcus, second it is your staphylococcus, and third it is called your streptococcus. Okay, now next point, it is rod shaped bacteria. Okay, already we discussed that rod shaped bacteria, and we termed it as a bacilli. Again we are identifying the different points of your basic bacilli. So bacilli bacilli, it is divided only across their short axis. So there are few grouping in a bacilli than of your cocci. So bacilli, they are having again different point. Already we know that the single bacilli, then diplobacilli, streptobacilli and coccobacillus. Now the different types of example we are having in gram positive and gram negative bacteria. Now the next point, it is spore forming rod shaped bacteria. Now rod shaped bacteria means they are bacilli, and those bacilli, they forming a spores. Now very important point, up till now we doesn't discuss about this point. It is called as a spore. Now what does it mean as a spore? Basically spore defined as these are the metabolic waste material generated by the microorganism. If microorganism, they want to survive, if microorganism, they want to develop, if they want to carry all the processes, at that time we have to generate their metabolic waste. And very important point, in a double inverted comma we consider those microorganisms, they are producing the spores, they are more harmful as that of your individual microorganism. Okay, so microorganism, they generate the spores, and those spores are more harmful than that of individual microorganism. Okay, so if the microorganism, they are basically in a bacilli shape or in a rod shape, so they are generating the spores. And if we are forming like that, how they are distinguished, and different example are considered in this slide. So first slide we observe it as a bacillus, and they are having aerobic property. Okay, bacillus and aerobic structure. If again we are, if we read considering the point rod shape and bacilli, means they are considered as a one point, they are called as basically termed as a shape, it is rod shape, so it is bacillus. Okay, rod shape, again bacillus, those are 2 point considering here. And second, it is clostridium anaerobic. Now second, it is clostridium and anaerobic. So there are few example we are going to consider. called as a bacillus. It is having a rod shape, and they are having different types of example. We are considering the mycoids, then that is megatherium, and your curious. So these are few simple example given in a gram positive cells. And if we are considering the clostridium, so clostridium, they are microorganism, they are generating your spores, and nature it is your gram positive. And all the clostridium tetani, we already everyone we are taking the drug or injection about the tetanus. Okay, so it is belonging to that clostridium tetani. Okay, now the next, gram negative. Now again, distinguishing point, we observe that the gram negative not generating spores. Okay, first we observe that if we are considering the gram positive bacteria, positive bacteria, they are generating a spores. But if we are considering the gram negative bacteria, they are non spores, means they are not producing that spore. Okay, so forming the rod shape bacteria, if we are considering the bacilli, they are non spore forming gram negative bacteria. So most of non spore forming rod shape bacteria having example, they are giving Escherichia coli. Okay, Escherichia coli, it is very well known gram negative bacteria. As well as if we are considering the example, your Pseudomonas, then Azotobacter, then your Flavobacteria. These are very common gram negative bacteria. We can easily observe on the basis of their size, shape and structure, as well as their staining property as well. And next it is regarding to your Vibrio and Spirillum and Spirochete. Already we are consider on the basis of their coiled structure, we are distinguish it. So in a left hand side, we know that on the basis of their shape and movement, we are distinguish all those Vibrio, Spirillum and Spirochete. Some bacteria are shaped like long rod twisted in the spiral or helical. So they are called as a Vibrio. Already we are discussed same point in a last slide. Okay. So here we start with our main motive point. It is your bacterial cell structure. In our first point, introduction to the microbiology, we discuss all those points in a prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. But now we are going to enter all those basic point. If in a diagram we can focus, this is a bacterial cell, whole bacterial cell, and they are having number of component. If you are starting with your right hand side, that is flagellum, tail like structure connected to the cell wall up to the internal part. And if we are considering the plasmid, then rhizome, then your chromosome, then your nuclear region, then external environment, it is considered as a capsule, then internal different types of bodies, and very important, that is cytoplasm, cell wall, then peleus. Already we discussed about that peleus and all. So these all are the parts of your bacterial cell. Okay, so prokaryotic cell structure. So what up till now we are considering the prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell, they are having all those parts, but they are not more specific as compared to that of your basically eukaryotic cell. And now we are considering the bacteria, means after the distinguishing point, bacteria, it is a part of prokaryotic cell. Means now in that part of bacteria, we are not specific identified the cell content, but they are having different types of content. Those are not properly arranged, but still they can easily survive and develop as a culture. Okay, so if we are considering the prokaryotic cell, they are having different parts. As we know that capsule hai, then cytoplasm, ribosome, cell wall, all those content are having to that prokaryotic cell. And nucleus, they are having nucleus, but they are not in a proper manner or proper in a arrangement. All those points we already discussed in a prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Now we are concentrating on the specific structure of your cell wall, because cell wall, it is very important as consideration of your any cell. After staining that cell wall, we can easily identify the cell. Okay, now first external part of your any prokaryotic cell, it is your cell wall. So glycocalyx, it is also glycocalyx means the cell wall, it contain the sugar coat. Okay, the cell wall, it is contain the sugar coat. So many bacteria secreted the substance called as glycocalyx. It is very important point as consideration of the bacterial cell wall. Normal eukaryotic cell, they does not secreted that glycocalyx. Okay, so only bacterial cell, they can excreted or termed as secreted that glycocalyx.